Connecting. Most people in Seattle think privacy is an iPhone passcode or shutter on a webcam. They're wrong. In 2026, privacy isn't a lock. It's about how much white noise you can generate around your persona. If you're silent, you're as visible as a black dot on snow. If you scream with the crowd, you disappear. My name is Alice. I'm not a hacker in the classic sense. I don't break corporate firewalls because that's too loud. I work with what you've already given to the world. Welcome to OSINT, open source intelligence. There are no secrets here, only the laziness of those trying to hide them. In Alice's apartment, night. A typical Seattle downpour outside the window. Drops hit the glass, blurring the lights of the Amazon and Microsoft office towers. The room is dark. Only the blue light of 3 monitors catches Alice's face. She is focused. Empty soda cans and a disassembled router sit on the table. On the main screen, a regular selfie of a girl in a cafe. Alice, whispering to herself, "Let's see what you can tell me. Sunshine." She zooms in on the photo. Cafe latte. Paper cup. It has the Stumptown Coffee Roasters logo. They're everywhere in Portland, but only a few spots in Seattle. Let's look at the reflection in the window. Behind her. See that blurry silhouette? That's the Space Needle, but from a specific angle. The sun hits the sidewalk at 42 degrees. Seattle, October 12th, 10:45 a.m. Alice clicks the mouse, opening Google Street View. But my client doesn't need the girl. He needs the guy who accidentally got caught in the background. He's standing by the newsstand. On his wrist, a Garmin Fenix 7 Sapphire Solar, a specific edition. In this area over the past week, only 6 such devices were recorded through open Bluetooth beacons. Let's cross-reference this with the registration database of the cafe's local Wi-Fi, which the owners forgot to secure. She hits a key. A name appears on the screen. James Wong. Hello, James. You thought you were safe because you just walked past someone else's selfie, but you just left me your digital fingerprint. Chat dialogue, text on screen. Client, Ghost 88 Target 1 confirmed. Alice, coordinates and full movement log in the folder. He was there. Client, Ghost 88 flawless. Now for the real work. Project Ghost. Alice, I don't do political espionage. That's in the agreement. Client, Ghost 88, this isn't espionage. It's a search for a man who's been officially dead for 3 years. Victor Lenz, former systems architect in Silicon Valley. Alice, internal monologue. Victor Lenz. In 2023, he was a star, the man who developed data compression algorithms for government clouds. And then he just walked out his office in Palo Alto and vanished. Official report from California police. Suicide. Jumped from the Golden Gate Bridge. Body never found due to strong currents. But in our business, body not found means he's out there somewhere. I start with the digital graveyards. Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. All of Victor's accounts were deleted 6 months after his disappearance. The internet isn't a sheet of paper. It's stone. Even if you erase the writing, the groove remains. I use the Wayback Machine and cache servers on ice. Look here. Victor was a hiking fan. He used the Strava app to record his routes. Alice opens a Strava heat map of the forests around Washington. People are creatures of habit. Even when they run, they take their habits with them. 2 years after Victor's death, an anonymous profile appears in a forest near Mountaineer. He runs at the same pace, with the same heart rate metrics during climbs. This isn't just a coincidence. It's physiology. His heart doesn't know how to lie. She stares at the data, but he realizes his mistake. 3 weeks later, the profile vanished. Victor Lenz began learning how to hide. He deleted himself from all clouds. He became a digital ascetic. But there is one thing you cannot delete from memory: affection. Alice opens private forums for rare dog breed owners. Victor had a golden retriever, Mars. The dog had a rare form of epilepsy. It requires specific medications that aren't sold without a prescription at Walgreens. I wasn't looking for Victor. I was looking for pharmacies that ordered this drug in small doses in the state of New Jersey over the past month. She stops at a single line at a table. A pharmacy in a Newark suburb. Order 4, John Doe. Cash payment. But the client left a phone number for notification. Burner. It took me 4 days to trace that number to a cell tower near the Newark docks. I was proud of myself. I felt like the best detective in the country, and that was my biggest mistake. Suddenly, Alice's laptop fan begins to whine. The CPU temperature spikes to 100 degrees. A terminal window appears on the screen that she didn't open. What the? Lines of code are running by themselves. This isn't my script. It's a reverse connection. Text on screen read, intrusion detected. Source, 127.0.0.1 local lookback message. You found the dog, Alice. Now, let's see if you can find the exit. Alice, feeling a chill in her stomach. They weren't just monitoring my search. They've been in my hardware from the start. Ghost 88 didn't hire me. He was testing me. She glances at the webcam. A small green LED on the laptop blinks faintly. Someone is watching her from the other side of the country right now. If they know I found Victor, they've already come for me. In Seattle, the rain hides many things, but it won't hide my body's heat signature from the drone hovering over my roof right now. She slams the laptop shut, grabs her backpack, and runs out of the apartment. A survival game begins, where every camera on the street is the eye of a hunter. In Seattle, they say, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. In my situation, if you wait 5 minutes, you're already in handcuffs. I didn't go to my car. My Ford is a beacon on wheels. It has GPS, a Bluetooth module, and an onboard computer that sends a report to the manufacturer's server every 10 seconds. To Argus, my car is a bright neon sign. EXT, Seattle Streets Night. Alice walks through the dark alleys of Capitol Hill. She presses her backpack to her chest. The rain intensifies, turning the city into a blurred watercolor. She enters a 24-hour laundromat. Laundromats have old cameras, analog. They don't recognize faces in real time. They just record a grainy image onto a hard drive that no one checks for months. The perfect place to change identity. She changes into a plain gray hoodie. She removes her glasses and puts in contacts. She leaves her old laptop in a laundry basket, having first launched a data self-destruct script. Goodbye, old friend. Now you're just a piece of plastic and silicon. Alice, VO. To get to Newark, I can't buy a plane ticket in my name. The TSA uses biometrics. The moment I step up to a check-in kiosk, the algorithm will match my parameters against the database in 0.4 seconds. I need an analog route. She boarded a Greyhound bus, paying for a ticket in cash under the name Sarah Smith. No QR codes, no digital footprint. Newark, New Jersey. If Seattle is a glossy world of the future, Newark is its rusty underside. Endless rows of shipping containers, labyrinths of warehouses, the smell of burnt rubber. Here, data doesn't fly through the air via 5G. It's stored on old servers in basements, protected by layers of concrete and lead. EXT, Port Elizabeth, New Jersey dawn. Alice gets out of a taxi 3 miles from her destination. She doesn't want the driver's Uber location saved in the cloud near Victor's warehouse. She walks past abandoned docks. The plane flies overhead, landing at Liberty Airport. The engine noise drowns out everything. OSINT taught me that people look but don't see. They see a warehouse. I see a fiber optic cable export that bypasses the city network. They see an old satellite dish. I see equipment for receiving data from closed military segments. She approaches warehouse number 104. The door is ajar. It's dark inside and smells of dampness. EXT Newark Docks night. They step outside. The air is cold, smelling of diesel. A Predator drone circles overhead. Its thermal camera scours the ground. Alice. Victor. The blind spot won't last forever. The AI will realize the data doesn't match. Logic will tell it there are objects in zone it isn't accounting for. Victor, we have 15 minutes before a full system reset. We need to get to the Pulaski Bridge. There are old communication nodes there that Argus uses as relays. If we connect there, we can loop its signal. They jump into an old, rusty pickup truck Victor had hidden behind some containers. Alice opens her backup tab. Alice, I see their grid. They're blocking the port exits. But look at the traffic. They're using civilian cameras for tracking. If I hack the traffic light control protocol, we'll create a jam they can't get through. Victor, do it. Use their faith in automation against them. Alice quickly enters commands. On the tablet screen, all the traffic lights on Newark's main highway turn red simultaneously. Dozens of trucks brake, blocking the path for police cars. EXT, Pulaski Bridge, Jersey City. Night. The pickup brakes near a technical structure at the base of the bridge. Victor leaps out, dragging a heavy cable. Alice covers him, monitoring the digital perimeter. Alice, shouting, Victor, the drone changed its pattern. It's not looking for people anymore. It's looking for signal anomalies. It's finding us through the radio background of our equipment. The drone hovers over them. Its laser targeter begins scanning the roof of the pickup. Victor, connect the terminal to the node. I'm going to enter the code that makes Argus blind to the entire region for an hour. This is our ticket to freedom. Alice, if we do this, we become state enemies #1 forever. They won't use algorithms to find us. They'll use people. Real people who can't be fooled by code. Victor, pausing, looking her in the eye. Alice, in a world where every thought of yours is indexed, being an enemy of the system is the only way to remain a free human. Are you ready for a life in the shadows? Alice looks at the tablet screen, then at the helicopters approaching on the horizon. She firmly presses upload. EXT, coastal Maine, morning 1 month later. A quiet fishing village. Fog. Alice sits on the porch of a small house that doesn't appear on any registry. She drinks coffee from a paper cup with no logo. She has no phone. A paper map lies on the table. Victor approaches her. Mars runs along the shore, chasing seagulls. Alice, VO, we won that battle. But the war continues. Argus has updated. It's become even craftier. But so have we. She opened the laptop, fully modified, running Linux without a single third-party module. Alice's voice. Now I am Ghost 88. But I no longer look for people for clients. I look for those who have fallen into the system's nets and help them disappear. I teach them to create noise. I teach them to be invisible. A new message appears on the screen. Someone in Seattle is asking for help. Someone who was spotted because of an accidental Instagram selfie. Alice, smiling. The work never ends. Final message, VO. OSINT is a mirror. If you know how to look into it, you'll see the whole world. But if you know how to turn it, you can direct the light where the system will see nothing. Your privacy is not a right. It is your daily struggle. And in this struggle, your best weapon is not a password. It is your ability to be unpredictable. Screen goes black. Text appears. Disconnect. In. Victor's warehouse continuous. In the center of the massive space stands a Faraday cage. A structure of metal mesh with monitors glowing inside. It's the only place protected from external scanning. Victor Lenz looks older than in the 3-year-old photo. There's gray in his hair. His eyes burn with the feverish light of someone who's been alone too long. Mars, the golden retriever, raises his head and gives a short bark. Victor, you used Mars dental X-ray. That was smart. Even my former colleagues at the NSA wouldn't have thought to look for veterinary records in offline Jersey archives. Alice, who is Ghost 88, Victor? And why is half the Coast Intelligence Services hunting me because of him? Victor, approaching a monitor. Ghost 88 is a shepherd. It's a lure algorithm. The Argus system isn't just a database. It's a self-learning intelligence tasked with finding all the invisibles. Those who deleted their profiles, who use cache, who encrypt their mail. They didn't need me. I was already tagged. They needed you. Your search methods were the final piece of their puzzle. Alice, horrified. I taught them how to find people like you. Victor, you taught them how to find anyone. Now Argus knows that even buying dog food or a doctor's visit is a vulnerability. You created the perfect bloodhound. And now that the training is over, they don't need you anymore. Or rather, you're too dangerous to remain free. In Victor's warehouse continues. In the center of the massive space stands a Faraday cage, a structure of metal mesh with monitors glowing inside. It's the only place protected from external scanning. Victor Lenz looks older than a 3-year-old photo. There's gray in his hair. His eyes burn with the feverish light of someone who's been alone too long. Mars, the golden retriever, raises his head and gives a short bark. Victor, you used Mars dialectic. That was smart. Even my former colleagues at the NSA wouldn't have thought to look for veterinary records in offline Jersey archives. Alice, who is Ghost 88, Victor? And why is half the Coast Intelligence Services hunting me because of him? Victor, approaching a monitor. Ghost 88 is a shepherd. It's a lure algorithm. The Argus system isn't just a database. It's a self-learning intelligence tasked with finding all the invisibles. Those who deleted their profiles, who use cache, who encrypt their mail. They didn't need me. I was already tagged. They needed you. Your search methods were the final piece of their puzzle. Alice, horrified. I taught them how to find people like you. Victor, you taught them how to find anyone. Now Argus knows that even buying dog food or a doctor's visit is a vulnerability. You created the perfect bloodhound. And now that the training is over, they don't need you anymore. Or rather, you're too dangerous to remain free. EXT, warehouse number 104 continues. The doors explode inward. Smoke and the blinding light of tactical flashlights flood the room. Operators in augmented reality, AR. Helmets move with laser-like precision. Their visors automatically scan the space, highlighting targets in red. Alice, VO. The Argus system doesn't just see us. It identifies us through the network. Every operator's helmet is connected to the cloud. If we're in the database, we're targets. But if Victor succeeded, Alice and Victor stand right in the middle of the hall. Victor holds Mars by the collar. An operator passes just 2 meters away from them. His gaze is directed straight at them, but he doesn't stop. On his visor, Alice and Victor are displayed as system object, static, part of the background, like an old barrel or a wall. Victor, whispering, don't breathe deeply. Their sensors react to sharp changes in heart rate. Right now, to them, we're just heat signatures the algorithm was told to ignore. Alice, internal monologue. It's the strangest feeling of my life. To be invisible while remaining in plain sight. This is absolute awesome. Knowing the system so well that you force it to deny its own eyes. They move slowly toward the exit while the SWAT team storms the empty Faraday cage at the other end of the warehouse.